Hello and a very good evening. You're watching the news at 6 on Rajya Sabha television with me, Frank Pereira. Here are the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates the first phase of the Kochi Metro with many firsts to its credit. The flagship transportation infrastructure project will cover 11 stations and start operations from June 19th. Vice President Mohammad Hamid Ansari praises Kerala for setting milestones in the field of education, says the achievement has ensured a better sex ratio, use of banking services and reduced infant mortality rate. Darjeeling remains tense on the sixth day of the Gorkha Janmukti Morcha Bandh. Police officers stabbed by protesters, two GJM activists allegedly killed in the Hill district. And US President Donald Trump announces partial rollback of Obama's policy on Cuba, tightens travel and trade rules, but leaves diplomatic relations untouched along with the commercial air and sea links. Prime Minister Narendra Modi dedicated the first phase of Kochi Metro to the nation on Saturday. Kerala's first metro service is India's first integrated multi-mode transport system. Union Minister Venkaiah Naidu, Kerala Governor Sathasivam and Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan also accompany the Prime Minister. The metro will be open to the public on Monday.
Kerala got its first metro on Saturday after Prime Minister Narendra Modi flagged off the Kochi Metro rail service in the state. Modi also took an inaugural ride along with Kerala Governor P. Sathasivam, Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan and other dignitaries. Addressing the crowd, Modi dedicated the rail transport system to the nation. He stressed the need to bring a paradigm shift in urban planning by adopting a people-centric approach.
In line with the Make in India vision, efforts are being made to promote domestic manufacturing of metro rolling stock. Friends, there is need to bring about a paradigm shift in urban planning by adopting a people-centric approach and integrating land use and transport. Towards this end, the Government of India issued a National Transit-Oriented Development Policy in April 2017.
Modi also added that rail and road transport are government's priority areas.
Friends, over the last 3 years, my government has placed special focus on overall infrastructure development of the nation. Railways, roads, power have been our priority area. Now, we are also focusing on next generation infrastructure, which includes logistics, digital and gas grid.
Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, who shared the days with the Prime Minister, said a dream is now the reality. He also thanked all the workers who were a part of the construction.
ഇത്ര വേഗത്തിൽ പൂർത്തിയാക്കിയ മറ്റൊരു മെട്രോ ഇല്ല എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ കേരളത്തിൽ ഏത് വികസന പ്രവർത്തനവും സമയബന്ധിതമായി പൂർത്തീകരിക്കാൻ ആവും എന്ന സന്ദേശമാണ് നാം ഇതിലൂടെ നൽകുന്നത്. കൊച്ചി നിവാസികൾ ഈ പദ്ധതിയുമായി വളരെ നല്ല രീതിയിലാണ് സഹകരിച്ചത്. വികസന പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ നാടിന്റെ ഒരു പ്രദേശത്തിന്റെ മാത്രമല്ല നാടിന്റെയും രാജ്യത്തിന്റെയും വികസനത്തിന് ആവശ്യമാണ്.
Kochi Metro Rail Limited is a 50-50 joint venture of the centre and the state government. The estimated completed cost of the metro touched 5,181 crore rupees. With 11 stations covering nearly 13 kilometers from Palarivattam to Aluva, this is the longest first phase of a metro to be inaugurated. The metro has employed 23 transgenders in various departments. The flagship transportation infrastructure project of Kerala will start regular operations from June 19th. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, Prime Minister Modi also launched the P.N. Panikkar National Reading Day in Kochi. He said that knowledge should not be limited to literacy and that the real goal was to bring in social and economic change. The Prime Minister stressed upon the need for knowledge, saying it was the foundation for a superstructure of a better society. He also stressed on the need for digital literacy, lauding the P.N. Panikkar Foundation for focusing on this. He also urged youngsters to take a pledge for reading and to encourage others. He said a well-read generation would help India grow. The Prime Minister also appealed to the people to gift a book instead of a bouquet while greeting. The Prime Minister also lauded Kerala's achievements in the field of education and literacy. While the Prime Minister extolled the virtues of reading in Kerala, Vice President Mohammad Hamid Ansari also praised the state for its focus on the education sector. He said that Kerala was showing the way as far as setting milestones in the field was concerned.
Vice President Mohammad Hamid Ansari has said that education is an important component of society that ensures social justice. Giving the example of Kerala, he said that the state has set milestones in the field of education and that is why it stands at the top in the sector. However, he also urged the state to work towards improving its economy.
In order to remain competitive and to employ its talented educational youth, Kerala will have to focus on economic activities which make use of its unique strengths, an educated workforce, democratic institutions and a favourable natural environment.
Vice President Ansari also pointed out that an educated society has changed societal norms in Kerala. Not only does the state have a better sex ratio and usage of banking services, it has also reduced its infant mortality rate.
Yet, education extends beyond the development of skills for livelihood. It creates the capacity to think and is an essential condition for political development, democracy and social justice.
The Vice President also praised Kerala for breeding a culture that promotes education. Navikram Singh's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, terrorists attacked the small-scale Industries Development Corporation complex in Kashmir's Bij Behera town on Saturday. They targeted the CRPF and army troops in the area. However, no casualties were reported. Meanwhile, bodies of dreaded LET militant Junaid Mattu and two others were recovered from the encounter site in Arwani village of South Kashmir. The three militants were killed in an encounter on Friday. Army Chief General Bipin Rawat has said security forces were doing a great job in bringing the Kashmir situation under control.
We had a specific information input about the presence of Lashkar terrorists, three of them, and the house was cordoned. The exchange of fire started, and in which these three terrorists have been eliminated.
Some parts of the South Kashmir are indeed troublesome, but necessary actions are being taken to ensure that the situation there is soon brought under control.
In another development, National Conference and Congress leaders staged a dharna outside the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly to protest the civilian killings and use of pellets on students. The leaders carried placards with messages like "Stop use of pellets on students" and "Stop innocent killings." The Aam Aadmi Party faced opposition criticism over posters calling for the ouster of party leader Kumar Vishwas. The main opposition party, BJP, said the members of AAP were plotting against each other. Sacked party leader Kapil Mishra claimed that Chief Minister Kejriwal was behind the move. The posters accused Vishwas of being a traitor, while they thanked Dilip Pandey, who quit as convener of the party's Delhi unit in April after its defeat in the civic polls in Delhi. Pandey accused Vishwas of conspiring with the BJP and backstabbing party leaders. The Aam Aadmi Party is expected to lodge a formal complaint with the police about the posters. Well, here's a roundup of some more news from across the country and nationwide. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj today said that the government is planning to set up a network of passport seva kendras across the nation. It will ensure that no Indian has to travel more than 50 kilometers to get their passport. She announced the opening of 149 new passport office passport seva kendras in the second phase. The first phase will see 86 passport centres, 52 of which are now functional. Technology companies today said digital economy in India has the potential to grow up to $4 trillion far exceeding the expectations of $1 trillion by 2022. IT Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said that the government will formulate a new strategy to support growth, including a new electronics and software product policy and a framework for data security and protection. Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited today cancelled the license of Bihar Health Minister Tej Pratap's petrol pump after he failed to explain how he acquired it. The action was taken over a complaint that alleged Tej Pratap had wrongfully acquired the property. BPCL had issued a notice to Tej Pratap on the 31st of May. Aam Aadmi Party legislator Sukhpal Singh Khera was suspended from the Punjab Assembly for the rest of the budget session for disrupting the House. Speaker Rana Kanarpal Singh handed over the matter to the Privilege Committee and ordered marshals to seize Khera's mobile phone. Results of the Shimla Municipal Corporation elections held on Friday will be declared today. The city saw a turnout of around 58% to elect a new civic body that will replace the CPM-led mayor and deputy mayor. The election of CPM brought a 2.5 decades-long reign of the Congress to an end. Well, it's time for a short break now, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Harappan sites are a treasure trove of sophisticated pottery. These creations show tremendous advances by the potter's wheel. Creations like the perforated jar, the copper axe, the chisel and knives astound even present-day archaeologists. Figurines depicting yoga poses, chess pieces display a complexity unsurpassed even by later-day civilizations, all of which make the Harappan civilization truly unique.
Ghata, one of the oldest and most unique percussion instruments of southern India. You can play it not only with your fingers, but palms, wrists and heels as well. You'll be surprised, but the air inside the ghatam reverberates, creating the musical notes. 5 elements of nature, earth, water, air, fire and space make up the composition of this beautiful musical piece, which has found an apt place in most of the ancient books.
The sacred relics of Buddha were unearthed in Piprava in Uttar Pradesh. Buddhist monks from all over the world visit the National Museum to pay their respects. These charred bone fragments of Buddha are housed in the gold canopy gifted by the royal family of Thailand. chopper is the ancient version of Indian snakes and ladders. This intriguing game was popular among the old, the young, and the rulers as well. The chopper has its origin in the Jain philosophy. It tells the story of virtue, symbolized by the ladders, rewarded, while the vices shown by the snakes are punished. Each square, in turn, also narrates a message of wisdom.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. Well, the Gorkha Janmukti Morcha supporter was killed and a police personnel was severely injured as fresh clashes broke out between GJM supporters and security forces in Darjeeling on Saturday. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee alleged that the GJM was receiving funds from insurgency groups, while its leader Bimal Gurung blamed the state government for inciting the unrest. Here's a detailed report.
In just a few hours, Darjeeling, a quaint hill town of northwest Bengal, turned into an insecure zone. As the unrest entered the sixth day in Darjeeling, violence continued unabated. Gorkha Janmukti Morcha supporters clashed with security forces on Saturday, throwing stones and bottles which were met with tear gas shells and lathi charge. A police officer was stabbed to death by the protesters. Two of GJM supporters also lost their lives as the clashes increased in intensity. A police vehicle was also set on fire. GJM supporters retaliated after police arrested GJM leader Vikram Rai. A senior GJM leader's house was also vandalized in Darjeeling.
একাংশ ওখানকার জিজিএম সাপোর্টাররা পুলিশকে সকাল থেকে ঢিল গুলি বম নিয়ে অ্যাটাক করছে তার মধ্যে আমাদের অনেক লোক ইনজার্ড হয়েছে ইনক্লুডিং আ সিনিয়র ডিএসপি হ্যাজ গট শার্প কাটিং ইনজুরিজ যেটা আমরা খবর পেলাম অনেক লোক আমাদের পুলিশ কর্মীরা সিরিয়াসলি ইনজার্ড হয়েছে আমাদের পুলিশ খুব লিগলি ঠান্ডা মাথায় ওখানে রয়েছে এবং স্ট্রং অ্যাকশন নিচ্ছে আমাদের পয়েন্ট এটা আগেও বলেছিলাম ওরা গুন্ডামি করছে they are using violent means to incite police किंतु आम्रा कोनो मतोई
र सम्पूर्ण नारीहरुको एउटा जमर्को कसेर एउटा बजारमा जुन एउटा हाम्रो विरोध प्रदर्शन एउटा गणतान्त्रिक प्रकारले विरोध प्रदर्शन गर्ने एउटा जमर्को कसेर छन् र यो चीजलाई प्रशासनको तर्फबाट ब्यारिकेडिङ गरेर एउटा अननेसेसरी हाम्रा सम्पूर्ण नारी मोर्चाहरुलाई केही सेक्सनमा अगाडि जानु दिएर बीचमा एउटा बाधा गरेर उहाँले टियर ग्यासहरु फ्याँकेर जुन प्रकारको अन्याय र अत्याचार गरे अनि जुन प्रकारको बंगाल सरकारको एउटा तानाशाही राजनीति जुन प्रकारले भइरहेका छन्
West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee called the agitation a conspiracy and accused insurgency groups of supporting and funding the GJM.
ये तो जनता के लिए गणतांत्रिक लोकतांत्रिक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी अगर होता तो ऐसा थोड़ा ही करते हैं हम लोग भी पॉलिटिक्स करते हैं मूवमेंट करते हैं हम लोग थोड़ा ही ऐसा करते हैं कोई पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को गणतंत्र को रक्षा करना काम है इसको एक काम नहीं है कि किसी को मार देना किसी को गोली चलाना किसी को किडनैप करना किसी को फायरिंग करना ये उसका काम नहीं है उसके बाद बहुत सारे आर्म्स मदद हुआ है बाहर का मदद तो जरूर है अंडरग्राउंड हम लोगों ने आई एम टोल्ड दैट इन द अंडरग्राउंड इंसर्जेंसी सम नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न फ्रेंड्स है सो आई रिक्वेस्ट देम नॉट टू गिव देम द सपोर्ट
As Darjeeling remained shut for the third day due to the indefinite strike called by the GJM, the centre decided to hold back additional forces to the Hill district. The Home Ministry said it will send the additional 400 paramilitary personnel only after the state government submits a report on the situation. Meanwhile, the army was called in to control the situation. The police are on high alert and security forces are conducting flag marches in various parts of the hills.
आपके इलाके में आर्मी ने घेर लिया है आप लोग शांति बनाए रखें आप अपने घरों में पत्थरबाजी मत कीजिए
Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, Donald Trump has announced a partial rollback of his predecessor's rapprochement with Cuba, tightening travel and trade rules with the Caribbean nation. However, Obama policy on Cuba will be revised rather than overturned entirely. Diplomatic relations will remain in place and commercial air and sea links will be exempted from the new restrictions.
Effective immediately, I am canceling the last administration's completely one-sided deal with Cuba.
US President Donald Trump continuing to chip away at Obama's legacy, rolling back the previous administration's what he called a completely one-sided deal with Cuba. Speaking in Miami, Florida, Trump said the Obama administration's March 2016 deal with the brutal Castro government was terrible and misguided.
They made a deal with a government that spreads violence and instability in the region, and nothing they got. Think of it, nothing they got. They fought for everything, and we just didn't fight hard enough. But now, those days are over. Now we hold the cards. We now hold the cards. The previous administration's easing of restrictions on travel and trade does not help the Cuban people. They only enrich the Cuban regime.
Trump says that his administration seeks to prevent US dollars from being used to fund what it regards as a repressive military-dominated government. The new policy would tighten rules affecting travel and on sending funds to the Caribbean island nation. However, key diplomatic and commercial ties will remain intact and the US Embassy in Havana will not close. Commercial flights from the US will also continue, as will allow Americans to return home with Cuban goods.
Our embassy remains open in the hope that our countries can forge a much stronger and better path. America believes that free, independent, and sovereign nations are the best vehicle for human happiness.
Will do more harm than good for residents of the Caribbean island.
So a country that already is suffering, a lot of people, young people especially, are leaving. Others want to go. This is going to further dim the prospects because it will strengthen the hand of those who are opposed to reform and opening up the economy and bringing in foreign investment because this is a very, very big blow, this message coming from the Trump administration at this point.
Trump has moved to dismantle several of Obama's policies. He cancelled the Trans-Pacific Partnership trade deal, announced withdrawal from the Paris Climate Accord, and is attempting to repeal and replace Obamacare, his predecessor's signature policy accomplishment. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, in more international news now, Queen Elizabeth has said that Britain is in a deeply somber mood, but its people are resolute even in the face of adversity. She was referring to the recent turmoil of militant attacks, political crisis and the deadly fire disaster at Grenfell Tower. In a message on her official birthday on Saturday, the Queen said it was difficult to escape a very somber national mood. She was also all praise for Londoners who have come forward as one in the face of adversity. People in London have come forward to show their support for the victims of the tragic Grenfell Tower fire, writing tributes at a site not far from the accident site. People are also using a message board to write their concerns about what caused the fire and who is accountable. There has been an outpouring of anger against authorities who are alleged to have ignored fire safety concerns of residents. Well, here's a roundup of the other international news and global buzz. Pakistan today claimed that the two Chinese both were on business visas and were taken into police custody from Quetta's Kharotabad area days before they were abducted. They were reportedly offered security, which they refused. ISIS's Amaq propaganda agency claimed that they were killed in Quetta last week. Two top American Congress lawmakers urged the Trump administration to cut military assistance to Pakistan for supporting terrorism. They said that the US should make it more difficult for them to get American weapons as long as Pakistan supports terrorism. Children of Sudanese Islamic State members will be returned to their relatives. The children, who include 4 boys and 4 girls, lived with their parents who fought for the ISIS in Sirte. US-backed Libyan forces cleared the city last year. The children were moved from Sirte to Misrata before being taken to Sudan. Seven crew members are missing and at least 3 injured after a US Navy destroyer collided with a Philippine merchant vessel in Tokyo Bay. The US ship experiences some flooding but was not in danger of sinking. 3 people aboard the ship were medically evacuated. The cause of the collision is not yet known. Libyan Coast Guards rescued 900 migrants on 5 boats, including 98 women and 25 children in western Libya. 3 Libyans are among the migrants who are reportedly of African and Arab origin. The rescue operation lasted for more than 7 hours. This year, over 9,000 migrants have been rescued in Libyan waters. Well, it's a Super Sunday on the cards for the sports fans out there. 2 epic clashes are lined up. The Indian cricket team takes on Pakistan in the Champions Trophy final at the Oval, and the India and Pakistani hockey teams also cross swords in the Hockey World League semi-finals. The men in blue beat Bangladesh in the semi-final of the Champions Trophy on Thursday, setting up a title clash with arch-rivals Pakistan, who beat hosts England. India have had a terrific run at the Champions Trophy, and they have already beaten Pakistan once in this trophy during the group stage. But it has not been easy going from there on for the men in blue. They lost to Sri Lanka and then beat South Africa. Pakistan too have had a good run post their loss to India. So cricket fans can look forward to an enthralling match on Sunday. The hockey teams of the 2 countries will also battle it out at the World Hockey League semi-finals. India is currently ranked 6th in the world in hockey, while Pakistan are ranked 13th. On the way to this stage, India have beaten Scotland 4-1, so the team's confidence is high. Teams who qualify for this tournament will play in the Hockey World League finals to be held in Bhubaneswar. The cricket match will start at 3 p.m. IST, and the hockey match will begin in London at 6:30 p.m. Let's now take a look at some more developments from the world of sports and Sports Beat. Indian shuttler K. Srikanth beat world number 1 Korean Son Van Ho to reach the finals of the Indonesian Super Series premiere. The 24-year-old outclassed Son by 21-15, 18-21, 22-22. Meanwhile, shuttler H.S. Pranoy's campaign in the tournament ended with a semi-final loss to Japan's Kazumasa Sakai. Pranoy, who lost to Sakai during the 2013 edition, put up a tough fight but didn't make it to the finals. German tennis player Misha Zverev beat his compatriot Tommy Haas in Stuttgart to enter the semi-finals of the Mercedes Cup. 39-year-old Haas, who beat Roger Federer in the second round on Wednesday, was playing for the last time in the grass court tournament. After 17 years, ODI cricket is set to return to Galle, with Zimbabwe playing the first 2 of the 5 matches against Sri Lanka on June 30th and July 2nd. 7 ODIs have been played so far in Galle, but none since July 6, 2000, when Sri Lanka defeated South Africa in a tri-series. That's it on this newscast. Have a good evening.